No, it ended too soon. Okay. 1 second, 1 second.
I'm not gonna be on screen just to
That's okay.
Data usage because sometimes I can
Yeah.
lag you out.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Hi. So this is my I don't want to be on my face camera today. Cuz I pretty sure I look kind of gross. So this is my costume. Hello.
Sexy.
Sexy anime boy, yes. Yo, Griff and Oren, thank you so much for the subs. I don't know why. Oh, I know why the audio is not working. Hang on. Copy and paste. All right, so hopefully it'll be working now. I just wanted to make sure that I got everything in there. Okay, so hello. We have not started drinking yet. We've had our pizza. We have the vodka out. It's been a day. I am so sorry it's been a day for you, Oren. I know you said that you're not really feeling great, and I hope that you feel better soon. Because you know, you're my friend and all. Anyway, so we're gonna start by I'm gonna ask my wife to pour us some shots, and we will get started. So what we've done this a few times.
Never successfully.
Never successfully. It's true. But so we've done this a few times, and Mostly it's just us drinking and interacting with chat and trying to tell the story of Esther from the Megillah Esther, because that is the story of Purim. It is one of the many. They tried to kill us. We survived. Let's eat. Only in this case, it's also let's drink very heavily. The point of the drinking is supposed to be that you get drunk enough that you can't tell the difference between Mordecai and Haman's names. Um, Obviously, that's pretty hard. Nobody really actually does that because that's like probably alcohol poisoning levels of drunk. Um, but
Look,
that is
sometimes you get drunk enough to get a little excited with the grogger.
and then you're just setting off and you're like, oh wait, shit, that was Mordecai, sorry. So yeah. Also, as I'm telling the story, anytime I say Haman's name, since we aren't in person and therefore can't have like a traditional like grogger sort of thing going on, I figured that the best way of doing it would be to have y'all like use we're not gonna get alcohol poisoning, don't worry. Have y'all use like hype emojis or like party popper emojis or any emoji that you think looks loud. Whoa, 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 we have a hype train. That's the first time I've ever had a hype train started on my channel. It's a baby hype train, but still. Teensy tiny hype train. Hey. We're 62% of the way there. Somebody else subscribe. Um, but yeah, so we are going to we're gonna do that. I've got some sources up to maybe keep me a little bit on track this year, just so I don't like forget important plot points or anything like that. But yeah, so oh, excuse me. So we're gonna start with shots, right? Gotta reach out for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Let's see what the anime boy messages.
I know, right? Because she's gonna lean forward. He can't track my arms. His arms do not move. All right, delicious. Okay. All right.
We should have gotten stuff to make like walking with apples or whatever, but
We should. I should have. I should have thought of that. Really. I'm kind of sad I didn't. But that is. Whoa. That is not what I meant to do. Jeez Louise. I'm gonna get super large for a second. I didn't mean to do that. I'm readjusting where my camera is so that I can hopefully make him look slightly less sleepy-eyed, because he's not supposed to look like he's falling asleep. There we go. Trying to scroll here. All right. Hopefully that'll be a tiny bit better. Okay, so it's sleepy time. Apparently it is sleepy time. I don't know what to do with that. Brushing my teeth, so I'll be here, but AFK. Cool. And obviously...
Aurora_Shard says get the sleepy boy a pillow and blankie.
All right, you can't hear the text-to-speech, so the text-to-speech Orin sent, like, get the sleepy boy a pillow and blankie. Okay. Well, yeah, not yet. He's not actually that sleepy. He just has those beautiful, dreamy eyes. I'm just so sparkly. It's so cute. Oh my god. Like, okay. I'll turn the starry eyes off. I don't know how to get the keybinds to work if I don't have YouTube Studio on top, so I'm just gonna like, can I move it without moving him? Okay, yes. So I'm gonna make him very small. No. Oh no. Okay, never mind. Can't do that. Well, that's all right then. Oh, that's okay. Okay. I'm just gonna move him down here, and then pull this up here, and then pull this up here. Yay! We've got all the windows. Okay, so we start out in Persia with this guy. there's two different names. The ones in the translation of the Megillah Esther that I have currently open is Ahasuerus, Ahasuerus. But there's also, he's also sometimes called Ahashverosh. I don't know.
It sounds like the latter one.
Yeah, it's the Jewish version versus the actual Persian version, probably. But so he's the king of Persia. Like, this is the Persian Empire. Big, you know, they've taken over, you know, Israel. They've taken over. I don't know if Babylon was there before or not. Assyria, whatever, Iraq, that whole area, like that, like Iraq didn't exist, but it was that whole area. What is now Iraq? Yeah, that just whole area. Persian Empire took it all over. So Ahasuerus is like this big deal. Can I get? I'm just trying to get like a good summary open. Okay. So he's throwing this party because, like, I don't know, he had a kingdom of like over 100 countries. This empire was over, and like it went from like Ethiopia to India. Like, this is a huge thing. But like Persia and Israel, and so like the Jews were not in Israel. They were in like kind of like the heart of this empire at that point, because I think they'd been moved by whatever the previous empire was, Babylon. Yeah, Babylon had taken most of the Jews out of Israel and moved them somewhere else, and they're still there essentially. So you know, he and then he married this woman Vashti. She was the daughter of the previous Babylonian king. Oh, she was the granddaughter of Nebuchadnezzar. Interesting.
Yep.
I did not remember that. So Vashti is beautiful, is, you know, very royal, very like she is a fucking queen. Like, she's the big shit. So he's you know, he's ruling this empire. He decides to throw this huge fucking party, right? And he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna throw this party. You know, it's gonna be great. We're gonna get super drunk. And they do this for like a week. And then like on the last night of the party, he asks Vashti to come, like, present herself to, like, he's like, I'm gonna show off my queen, right? So he calls her, like, he sends for her, but specifically she's supposed to come wearing her crown and nothing else, because he wants to show off how hot his wife is, right? Which, dude, come on. I mean, like, yeah, exactly. That face, that is the right expression to make. He's a dickhead. So he requests, I say requests in air quotes. I'm very sad this guy doesn't have hand tracking, because, like, I'm air quotesing, but he requests this of her. Let me have another shot. And she obviously is like, I am the granddaughter of Nebuchadnezzar. I'm the daughter of Babylon. Like, I am the queen. You know, I mean, I might not have a lot of political power, but, like, I'm the fucking queen, bitch. So she says, absolutely fucking not. And here's the thing, fam. Here's the thing. You don't say that to the king. Like, you literally, illegal. Can't do that. Bad idea. So she says no. And you know, I respect her for that, frankly, because correct decision. That was a shitty thing for him to ask. But Kiki, can you get off my lap desk, please?
I stand right in front of the camera.
No, can you? You're gonna tip my computer, and then this boy's gonna go like, ah! Don't do that. It actually does kind of look like I'm going, nom nom nom. Like, I tip my head back, my eyes closed, and I go, nom. Okay, so anyway, so she says no. That's not the right thing to do. And he says, oh, okay. So you're gonna get killed now. So he executes her. dead, gone, no more Vashti, which is a shame. I mean, like, she wasn't exactly a great person or anything, but like, you know, she didn't deserve that. All she did was say, hey, I don't want to be shown off, quote unquote, in front of your entire court, buck naked. I think that's demeaning. And she was right. It was extremely inappropriate of him to ask even for the time, but he's a king, so yeah. What is my mouth doing? Kiki? Don't worry about it. Okay. I'm just trying to keep track of things. I ask myself that every day. I know, right? Kiki is not helping, but he's also left for the other side of the couch now, so I'm okay with that. So, he kills Vashti. Well, shit, now I don't have a queen. I need a queen. So, he decides he's going to throw a... I mean, it's unclear what the spread of this was. I think it was probably mostly in the city, because otherwise that would take way too long for people to actually get there for it. But he basically held this big-ass like, beauty pageant, right? And he declared that the most beautiful woman in the city, country, general vicinity, whatever, would get to be his new queen. This was not optional. You did not really have an option whether or not you participated, and if he decided you were the prettiest, you didn't have an option whether or not you married him. So it was also not great. But you make do with what you got, right? So, among all the various young women, yeah, who are brought in for this mandatory beauty pageant is a Jewish Persian woman named, her Jewish name is Hadassah, and her Persian name was Esther. Now, I technically, I tend to prefer Hadassah, but she goes by Esther in this story because, you know, she is pretending to be Persian for the majority of it, to be honest. So many weird emojis here that I've never seen. Yeah, I've not seen most of the ones that you're using, but I appreciate the interaction. It's very fun. Oh, okay. Ooh. So, beauty pageant happens, and Esther enters because she is required to, and lo and behold, Esther is the most beautiful woman around in the general vicinity. And taking the slag bits of the emote mines to find fun ones. Listen, you're doing a good job. Okay? There are definitely some emotes in there, and you're using them. What?
Just the most nondescript comment on the emotes that are happening.
Listen, they are some interesting emotes. They're very interesting.
There are some
But
emotes and you're using.
yes, there are some emotes, and Oren is using them. So she wins for a certain value of winning, and so she becomes queen, right? And so also the thing is that, like, Jewish people were not particularly, like, well regarded or well thought of. Hi, Wing, welcome. We got past queen murder and mandatory beauty pageants, and we're into mandatory marriage. Yay.
Emperors are dicks, guys.
Yeah, emperors are dicks, dictators are dicks. If you have land that you rule over with ultimate, unquestionable authority, you're probably a dick. Just saying. Alas, Twitch is still doing the thing. It's
Or
the one
you're
Discord's
like
doing the
5 and
Twitch.
that sucks for you.
I mean, yeah. Somebody please, if you can, Discord stream the Twitch stream. If nobody can, that's fine. But Wing apparently can't get the video to load because Twitch is evil. I think Griff's got it, Oren, so you're okay. So Esther marries him, and like she does not say she's Jewish because Jewish people are not well regarded. They're hated by a lot of people. not for any real reason other than the fact that they're Jewish. People just have never liked Jews. It's an ongoing problem. Um, yeah,
Didn't say Haman.
I didn't. He is not part of this yet. Oh, also apparently, thank you, Chabad, for mentioning this. For no apparent reason, they decided to include information in the article about Vashti's like execution with the fact that in her heart burned a vicious hatred for Jews, which she had acquired from her grandfather.
Okay.
She delighted in tormenting Jewish children by sending for them on Shabbat and forcing them to perform all sorts of demeaning tasks.
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I still don't think she deserved to die that way.
No, me either. Like, damn. Yeah, it's okay if you fall asleep, Oren. You're valid. Yeah. So, but she was not a great person. I just think that, she got an unfair shake of it. So yeah, so Esther wins. Mordecai is her uncle, and he is a guard of some sort. That story part does sound like a jerk. Yeah. Vashti, she's the queen. She got murdered because the king said, hey, come present yourself to court.
I want to show off my hot wife.
Because I want to show off my hot wife. Only wear your crown. And she said no. Like, reasonably. So that happened. No, bot. You are a bot. You are a bot. This is like, I don't know how to get rid of them. Thank you, moderator. I'm so glad I modded a couple of you because I don't know how to use moderation tools on Twitch.
A lot of streamers don't, TBH.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. For another topic. I also think I possibly can't do anything about them from OBS, which is where I have chat open. So that'll also, affect things. Okay, so where were we? We were at... Okay, so Mordecai was Esther's uncle.
Mordecai,
Yeah.
yes.
Mordecai was, protection for bots. Yeah, it was really funny. So Mordecai is Esther's uncle. He is also Jewish, obviously. And he is a guard of some sort. Or maybe not a guard. I don't really know what he does, but he does overhear a couple of other guards at some point around this time, maybe a little bit before the marriage. It's kind of unclear to me. That there were a couple of guards who were plotting against the king. They were going to try and murder the king, right? Because they weren't originally Persian, so they're like having this discussion in like their native language. But Mordecai was part of the Sanhedrin, which were the like rabbinical, like the leaders, kind of the religious leaders, intellectual leaders of the Jewish community. And they apparently were required, according to traditional Talmudic lore, they were required to know, quote, all 70 languages.
That's all the languages there are.
according to Chabad. Okay, like I don't have a lot, like all I know is like this is the information I got from my Chabad source. But so he knew a lot of languages though. He knew enough. I know, right? That's also a lot of fucking languages. 70. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I would wager that a lot of them were just dialects of the same language, technically, but how we would do it linguistically now. So it was more that they knew a handful of languages and could converse in a number of dialects in that language, but that's still a lot. But whatever language these guys were speaking, he understood it. And so he understood the plot that they were talking about to try and assassinate the king. And he reported it because he was like, oh shit, that's not good. Because, at the very least, it's better the hater you know than the hater you don't, I think was part of it. Because like, who knows what the next ruler would be like if somebody killed this guy. Yeah, I barely do English good. So he reported it, and it got written down, and they squashed that. But like nothing really came of it from like a oh wow, thank you, you saved the king sort of sense. But it did get put down in like the daily records of things that happened. So you know that's cool. He didn't really get rewarded for it, but like that's not why he reported it or anything. So then comes our good buddy Haman into the story. Oh my god, I didn't know she had some. Do you have a pill bottle?
Yeah, it's antidepressants.
It's antidepressant. Oh my god. Yeah, he should have gotten at least a sticker. I mean, I'm sure he got told good job, thanks a bunch. But, you know, okay.
You okay? I do this every year.
You do, but I don't think you've done it with antidepressants before. Okay, anyway. So, our good buddy Hammond, thank you, is one of the advisors to the king, and the king has decided that he likes this guy. This guy's provided him good advice, so he is going to make him his head advisor. He is the highest ranked guy in the entire Persian Empire, except for the king. That's like this is a big deal. Hey. B said that they were going to tell you, Ma. B said that they were going to tell you that I was doing this, that I posted about it yesterday, or like really early this morning. It was late. I don't know if it was after midnight for us. I posted about it. B said they were going to tell you. I'm so sorry if they didn't tell you, but it's okay. We've only been going for half an hour, which means that we're like a fraction of the way into the story, because we never get through most of the story. Oh boy. Okay. So you need a week. Okay. Next year, I will remember to give you a heads up at least a week before Purim to remind you that I do this every year on Purim. Don't mind the anime boy. The hot anime boy is my costume this year. Because I didn't feel like being on camera. So Haman gets promoted to head honcho of head honchos, right? And it's okay. It requires it's okay. Yeah. I like listen, and it's never on the same date on the Gregorian calendar, so like you can't just be like, yes, next year on March 23rd I will be prepared. No, it's not going to be on the 23rd. Yeah, that's going to be the wrong day. I'm not doing anything that day. I mean, maybe I'm doing something, I don't know, but I'll be sure to warn you. But the part of the thing of him being so upper echelons of everything is that everybody is supposed to bow to him. Like he boat stuck day, right? We could do a boat stuck day because it was still stuck at this point. It got stuck a couple days ago technically. But yeah. Also, it's very close to the anniversary of when we got Gil. We got Gil on March 15th, 2 years ago. How have we had him for 2 years? Gilly, you're a good boy. Can you throw his toy for him?
I was trying to grab it.
So everybody's supposed to bow to him. Like the only other person, much like they were required to do for the king. He walks by. That's true. That was the stream you guys got engaged. Aww.
Do we think the king was stalking Haman?
I mean, it's a possibility, but honestly, I don't think so. Haman seems like he's kissing up too much to actually be getting any dick. I'm just saying.
Important religious questions going on here.
Maybe I'll ask the Discord. I'll ask the Discord after today. Not tonight because after stream I'm going to be drunk, but sometime soon I'll ask him. Hey guys, Do we think that maybe Haman was getting dicked down by the king?
I'm saying this is classic royal favorite. You're my boyfriend.
I mean, yeah, it really is. To be fair, it really is. It really is classic. I am the king, and you are my favorite. Okay, we're gonna take a break in just a couple of well, I snoozed it for 5 minutes. So in about 5 minutes, there's gonna be an ad break because I forgot to turn them off, and I don't know how to turn them off once I start streaming.
Well,
so, but I will give you a warning, and then we will stop talking, and I will not tell any more of the story. So those of you who are not subscribed and therefore have to watch the ads will not miss anything.
alternatively, you could subscribe.
Yeah, alternatively, you can subscribe, and you should. Hydrate. Well, I'm about to take a shot, and we wash those down with Pepsi tonight. So hydration is happening. Cheers. Okay.
There's bats.
There's bats?
Started out.
Oh, okay. I was just like, excuse me?
Not in the house, not today.
I mean, yeah, I figured it was something on your computer, but I didn't know what it meant.
Sometimes there's a real bat, guys.
I'd rather send you the money directly. Listen, yeah, Ma, if you're gonna send me, you don't have to send me money. If you would like to send me money, you can always do that. I'm not gonna stop you, but like, also, you don't need to. The subscription thing is more for the people who actually use Twitch a lot, so don't worry about it. Okay. Okay. Anyway, you're supposed to bow to Haman. Thank you. Yes, it probably is, Wing. I'm just saying, you can, if it has sugar in it, you can ferment basically anything. It probably wouldn't be good.
Ferment what?
Pepsi.
Oh, yeah, for sure you can make wine out of that.
There you go. So you know what? Phil Popcat is probably the absolute best one to use for the grogger. I love it. It's perfect. Yes, Haman is the name we shake at. Thank you. So Haman's going around one day. And he is just being like, yes, I'm so important. Everyone bows to me. Oh, it's so lovely that everyone's bowing. And he passes by where Mordecai is. And I don't know if Mordecai is on work or just hanging out or what he's doing, but he very distinctively does not bow, because here's the thing. You don't bow like that to a like foreign pagan like guy. Like you would only bow to God, or
You can do it to priests.
I don't think even to priests. I don't even, like, maybe to the king back when they had a king, but like
they don't anymore.
They don't anymore. Yeah. So he doesn't bow. He's like, no, sorry, I can't.
I don't think that.
Not today. Stars not in alignment, etc., etc. And so he just doesn't. And Haman, yeah, sorry, bro, busy. Haman gets his little britches in a huge twist about this, because how dare this guy not bow to me, Haman, and and especially this guy, he's a Jew. No, you're fine. And he is a Jew, and excuse me, because obviously everybody hates the Jews a little more than they hate everybody else. It's how it's been for a long time. So that's such a cute pop emote. Oh my god. And so, you know, Mordecai is actually, wait, hang on. I think I missed something. I'm trying to figure it. I gotta scroll through. I gotta scroll through a summary. Because like,
I don't know what you would have missed. This all seems.
No. I'm just trying to make sure I didn't get something out of order. I might have. Oh yes. Okay. No, I haven't missed it. Okay. So, you know, so he's just like, this is unacceptable. And so he goes to the king and says, excuse me, your highness. We didn't just have all the Jews killed. Like, fuck the Jews. Every single one of them needs to be wiped out. Why do we even have them here? They're horrible. And we should just have one day where all our soldiers just go out and slaughter all of them. And that way we don't have to worry about them anymore. And it'll be great. Which, like, you know, like, that's fucked up. But the king is just like, yes, that sounds pretty good. So he's just like, yes, I think we shall do this. I'm scrolling. Sorry, I'm looking at my resources. So he goes and he's like, one of the translations I've got is like, there's a certain people, they're scattered and dispersed amongst the other peoples in all the provinces of your realm.
This is also how neo-Nazis talk, by the way.
Yeah, like, exactly. All the provinces of your realm, and their laws are different from those of any other people, and they don't obey the king's laws, and it's not in your interest to tolerate them. So if it pleases you, why don't we have an edict be drawn up for their destruction? And I will pay 10,000 talents of silver to the stewards for a deposit in the royal treasury. Yeah, like, you know, and then that 10,000 silver whatever will go to helping wipe these guys out and pay people for pay the soldiers for wiping them out, and it'll be great. Which, you know, like, whew. And the king was just like, yeah, sure, here you go, here's my signet ring, the money and the people are yours to do with as you see fit. Yeah, big yikes. Exactly, big fucking yikes. Let me have my short.
You're short?
My short. Let me have my short. This is why we waited for the pizza to come. Okay, the ad is in progress, so we are pausing for those who are not subscribed. If you're not subscribed, you can't hear this, but you should be subscribed. I would do an impression of Bart Simpson saying that, except I don't actually know what Bart Simpson sounds like because I've never watched The Simpsons. So, Kiki, stop. Kiki, stop. Kiki. Stop.
He just wants to be involved.
He does, but he's trying to get involved by, like, tipping my laptop.
No, I other one.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes. I can see when the ad break ends, so we're just gonna...
Stardew Valley has squash.
Squash?
Yeah, it's great.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
Just as we're sitting around, I thought I'd update you. Stardew Valley has squash.
Yeah, hey. I love this knowledge. I've moved my computer, so I gotta recalibrate. There we go. Alright. I'm such a cutie. Oh, I do... Listen. I'm adorable. I one day actually do hope to have, like, a better setup for VTubing purposes, but also, like, an actual custom model that is for me. So that, you know, I can do this a little bit. Sorry, I'm just making faces. Making faces at the camera. It is cute. Yeah, he's very cute. I got him, he was free on one of the websites that has access to models that are already made that you can buy or use for free. This one specifically didn't have any, like, rights issues or anything for it, so I'm like, hey, I could use this one. So I've used him before, like one time, but I thought I would use him again. I tried it a bunch of different ones, actually, and I ended up coming back to him. I guess he's just, like, the best free one that I know how to find. He's very cute. Anyway, ad break is over. So,
hey guys,
welcome back to our non-subscribers. Subscribe to Rough Boy Mags on Twitch and YouTube. Thank you. Um, bop, bop, ba-doo, wop. So, so Haman goes out to and sends a decree to all of the governors of the provinces and the officials and everything, and he uses his signet ring to stamp them so that everybody knows it's official. To that on a certain day they are to destroy, massacre, or exterminate every Jew, young, old, children, women, all on the same day. There's a specific date, it doesn't really matter, and then they get to plunder their possessions. The law was to be proclaimed in every province, displayed publicly to all the people, so everybody would be ready. Obviously, all the Jews were very upset, and Mordecai was like, "Ugh, this is not this bad." And he put on like sackcloth and smeared himself with ashes, which was like a grieving ritual. And went through the city crying, and he came to the palace gate, but he couldn't go into the palace gate while wearing sackcloth. And everybody was mourning. They were fasting, weeping, wailing, sackcloth and ashes. Esther can't, because Esther is
Secret.
Yeah, she's a secret Jew. And she is the queen. And so she's kind of stuck in there going like, ooh, well, I don't like this. No. Oh, what happened to my boy? No.
That did happen to him.
I don't know. I was just trying to move him, and then he did that. I don't know. What? No. What's happening? What's happening to my boy? Oh my goodness. Okay. I think that's pretty much okay again. Oh, I got. What? How did he get moved? Good lord. Okay, we're taking the jacket off. Okay. Anyway. So everybody's upset, and Esther finds out about this, and she goes, and she's like, ooh, well, shit. And so she sends one of her eunuchs, one of the eunuchs that had been sent to serve her, to go talk to Mordecai to find out what's going on, because she can't go out and talk to him. Like not only can she just not like reveal that he's her uncle, but like she can't just like go talk to some random dude outside the palace gates that's yelling and smeared with ashes and stuff.
It's not a good look.
It's just not a good look for the queen. She can't do that. But she sends one of her eunuchs out, and he's like, hey dude, what's up? Or maybe, hey dude, what's up? Listen. I'm sorry. It was a bad joke. I'm sorry. And Mordecai told the guy about this, and so and then gave him a copy of the written out edict that had been sent out and been proclaimed in the area. And so go to Esther, show her this, and ask her to go to the king to appeal to him and plead with him for our people, or And so the eunuch does it, and Esther's like, "Ooh, this is hard, because here's the thing. She may have been the queen, but she was still not allowed to just go to the king and be like, hey dude, what's up? Can we talk?" She could only go to the king if he'd summoned her. So like it was hard. It was kind of a terrifying prospect of, well, so I think she's like, okay, well, I'll wait and I will see, next time he summons me, I'll bring it up, when next time he summons me before all this happens, obviously. Yeah, like, right? This is cringe, bro. Like, come on, man. Come on. Like, they're not hurting you. They're not hurting you. Their laws, they're mostly religious based, and do you really care that much? And it's just one guy, and all he did was insult your boy toy. It's fine. But so like a month goes by, and this edict, like it was to take place like a few months in the future, because like obviously like in order to get that out to this giant empire, it takes a while, So about a month goes by, and he doesn't he doesn't call for her. He doesn't summon her at all. And she's like, shit, I really need to get with him on this. Would you stop? Stop stepping on my laptop desk. Stop it. Do you want to come chew it over here?
Yeah.
Okay, well then be over here and not standing on my desk. Okay?
For his little baby.
I didn't. He's fine. He doesn't know anything. Send him a team meetings invite. Right? Send him a Teams invite. But no, that's the thing. She could get fired for sending him a Teams invite. And by fired, I mean literally set on fire. I don't know if they would have actually set her on fire, but killed in some way. She would be dead. They did like fire, but who knows? And but she kind of, oh my God, Cozy with his teddy bear. I just saw that. Dear Lord, you're ridiculous. Yes, by fired I mean murdered. But it's been a month, and so she's like, okay, I gotta take the lead on this. And so she sends an invitation. She goes to the king and like prostrates herself before him, obviously. And he's just like, you know what? She's my new wife. She hasn't done anything to piss me off. She's really pretty. Sure, I'll listen to whatever she has to say. I like my new wife. She's been pretty chill. And so
she hasn't told me no yet.
I mean, also that, but like, you know, and so she says, you know, oh my king, like I want to invite you and Haman to a private party in my chambers, a dinner party, essentially. And the king is like, oh wow, heck yeah, my last queen never let me in her chambers for any reason, you know. I love the pop cats. Pop cat, pop dog, love the pops. Oh my God, I just saw his little face, my little anime guy's face doing.
Oh, Katie likes that. Be careful.
Oh yeah, I don't. Oh, I've got dogs. Oh, I would love. Okay, but you boys can't stay on my tits. Okay. Here, go. Okay, gotta bring my computer back so it can properly pick up my fucking face. Okay, so she's like, "Hey, come to this party," and they're like, "Oh, heck yeah!" And Haman is just like, "Oh boy, like." This is a big deal because this means I am not only favored by the king, but the queen thinks really highly of me. That can only be a good thing. Heck yeah, I'm awesome.
Sure.
Yeah. Shots, please. I think we might actually get all the way through this year. I think I'm actually going to get all the way through this year. I'm actually pretty proud of me. I'm still going to do it again next year. But, you know, maybe I'll prepare next year.
Yeah, maybe that.
Instead of just like winging it from what I remember in a brief outline that I pulled up on like 2 different Jewish
All right,
websites.
here's the thing. If you finish it this year, next year you do face count, a cute little costume of some kind.
Oh, well, that doesn't actually give me incentive to actually
you don't
finish.
want to dress up in a cute costume?
I mean, I guess, but face cam, man. I don't know, man. Okay, either a cute costume or I will find a different cute VTuber model. Okay, off of my move. Costume party. Yeah. Listen. My first Purim, I was in the spiel at my shul, and they basically made it Frozen themed, so it was like all the Frozen like songs and costumes. I got to be Vashti.
How about this instead?
And I got to sing Let It Go. It was very fun.
If you finish this year, next year I'll make a cute Purim costume for one of the companies.
Ooh. We could I think both is good. One is just like, hey, get your shit together. And the other is cute puppy costumes.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can do both. Okay, hang on. Yes, that is what Birdie said. Puppy costumes. All right, but only if we actually finish this year.
Yeah.
So finish. So, she invites them to dinner. They come. There's dinner. There's wine. There's music. It's an awesome party, and the king is just like, yeah, this is great. So you kind of indicated that you kind of maybe wanted to ask me something at this party. What did you want to ask me? And she was like, oh, well, I wanted to ask you to come to a little dinner party again in a couple days. Like, would that be cool? I'd like the two of you to come again, because it's fun. it's please, please come again. Yeah, maybe, please. And and the king is just like, oh well, yeah, absolutely, like I love my queen. And so he says yes. And Haman is just like, oh man, a second party invitation to hang out with queen. That's super cool. I am really hype about this. And but in the meantime, before the second party, he's just like, okay, so on the day that we kill all the Jews, I've decided that I want to specifically have a specific special death for Mordecai, because he insulted me by not bowing to me. So he has a gallows built, like right outside the palace gates. And that's where he's gonna kill Mordecai on the day of the Jew murder.
For real, you cannot leave out. I think there's some absurd dimensions to the gallows.
That's true. That's true. Hang on. Let me scroll. Let me see if I can find it. And by the way, Esther has sent news, obviously, to Mordecai that she's obviously going to do it, and like all the Jews in like the entire empire are like fasting and praying for her to be like successful. Okay, let's see my requests. No, past that. Gallows. Yeah, but Haman was like super fucking like psyched about this whole thing. Getting invited. Like, he gathered his friends and his wife to be like, oh, I'm all rich and I have many, many sons, and the king promoted me and advanced me. But what's more, Esther is giving a feast, and besides the king, she did not invite anyone but me. And then it's gonna happen again, and I'm so cool. But that means nothing to me every time I see the Jew Mordecai sitting at the palace gate. Because that's right, he's one of the guards at the gates of the palace.
Is he still making a fuss this whole time? Like,
oh, I'm sure.
That's what Jews do. Let's be real.
Yeah. No,
I have a grievance.
Yeah. It's like he's like, ah. Which, I mean, he is in fair death, but
it's 50 cubits high.
Yeah, I just got it. So his wife Zeresh and all of his friends were like, well, like, make it 50 cubits high. Oh, not even a gallows. Why was it always described as a gallows to me? Let a stake be put up 50 cubits high, and in the morning ask the king to have Mordecai impaled on it. And then you can go with the king up to the feast. And Haman was just like, heck yeah, puts up the stake. And then, like, obviously they were like, we're not doing that. Because that night, so he'd gone home to his family, and his family and friends would be like, yeah, like, fucking stake the guy, like, super high up in the air, because then everybody will see it. And he's like, heck yeah, I'm going to put the stake up before I even ask the king about it. And then tomorrow morning I'm going to go in and be like, hey, king, let's do this. Well, unfortunately, around the same time, that same night, the king couldn't sleep. He just, bout of insomnia, who knows? He was just, I couldn't sleep. So he asked for the book of records to be brought and read out to him. I assume it as an attempt to bore him into sleepiness. Because, like, it's the middle of the night.
Some of us listen to boring podcasts.
Some of us listen to boring or soothing podcasts. Some of us have the annals of our kingdom read out to us, I guess. But in the process of reading it, wherever they started, they read out the bit about Mordecai having warned the palace about this plot against the king. and these were like two of the king's like very close guards. They would have had access to him. So like it was an actual threat that he saved, that he was saved from. And he was just like, oh, well, I wasn't aware of this. Like, what honors were put on this guy for having saved my fucking life? Right? And the servants were like, nothing? Yeah, I know humanity has not changed in that sense for millennia. It's very, very funny. But like, yeah, so the servants are like, well, it doesn't look like anything was done. It looks like it was a grand total of, let's see here, carry the one. Yeah, nothing. Absolutely nothing was done to honor this guy for literally directly saving your life, because like these were literally his personal like body, like his body men, his bodyguards.
You know.
They could have, they were like the ones who were like stationed in his room or whatever. They could have killed him in his sleep. It would have been over like so easily if they hadn't been turned in. So, the king's just like, oh, well that doesn't seem right. And so he says, so, okay, what members of the court are here? And Haman had just got here. He just entered to talk to the king about having Mordecai impaled on that stake, right? And the servants were like, well, Haman is standing in the court. And the king's like, oh, cool, let him in. And, so, thank you for the pops. So Haman comes in, and the king is like, so, hey, man, not his name. I didn't mean to do that.
See how the king always dressed in.
He doesn't actually know his name. He just calls him, hey, man. And Haman thinks it's no shit. Fuck. But he's like, hey, so what should be done for a man that the king wishes to honor? Like the king himself wishes to honor because like he's done something that is so worthy, that is worthy of the king himself honoring him. And so Haman is like, well, who would the king want to honor more than me? Like, come on. And so Haman's like, oh, well, what would I like? Well, he's like, okay, so for the man who the king wants to honor, like, I think that one of the royal robes that the king has already worn should be brought out, and a horse on which the king is ridden should be brought out.
This is weird.
And a crown on that has rested on the king's head. Not ones that he's using currently, but ones that he's used in the past, right? And I think all these things should be brought out, and I think that the crown should be placed on the man's head, and the robe around his shoulders, and he should sit on the horse, and paraded through the city square while the noble courtiers proclaim, this is what is done for the man whom the king desires to honor. Because he's thinking, oh, this is gonna happen to me. This sounds fantastic. I love this. This sounds really great. I want someone to make this much of a deal of me. Kiki, hang on. The little boy wishes to cavern, I think. Hey, you want under? Well, then stop pawing at my feet, you little shit.
He does, just not that way. Do it different.
I don't have a different way for which I can't. Dog nonsense. Exactly.
He's a little prince.
You are a little prince, Kiki, but like, this is not your empire. It's a little after you. Okay?
He should get a little crown.
Okay, I will listen. I will make you a little crown if you leave me the fuck alone. Then come here. Come here, Kiki. Well, then stop. Do you want to come here? Come here. Yes, there you go. That's the place you want to be. Okay, can you lay down so I can put my laptop back? There we go. All right. Little prince, little man. Listening to this while watching the VTuber is amazing. Well, I'm glad it's enjoyable at least. Okay, let me readjust where my computer is at, because with Puppy, it's changed slightly. So now we gotta recenter, recalibrate the... Okay. So Haman is like, oh yes, absolutely, this is wonderful. All these things are gonna be done to me. I am the coolest guy. Everybody's gonna love me. It's just fantastic. Ha ha ha. Yes. Yes. Everyone should love me. Um and the king is just like, okay, quick. Get the garb, get the horse, everything you said. And then you specifically do this to Mordecai the Jew who sits at the gate, and don't admit any of the things that you suggested. I want you to be the one leading the horse around, saying, hey, this is what the king does to those he wants to honor. Haman does not like this. But fuck Haman. We don't care. We don't care what his opinion is. But it is very funny that he was unhappy about it. But, you know, that's what the king said to do, so Haman had to do that. Get him arrayed Mordecai and all the fancy shit, and had to parade him through the city square and proclaiming, this is what is done for the man whom the king desires to honor. And then Mordecai returned to the king's gate, and Haman hurried home with his head, by the terms of the Megillah, it said with his head covered in mourning. So, you know, he sat down with his wife and his friends again and was just like, oh my God, you would not believe the day that I've had, and then explained the whole situation that had gone down. Because, you know, stuff. Pour another shot, please. Thank you. Well, take your shot. Why didn't you take it when I took it? She got distracted, ladies and gentlemen.
It's almost like I have unmedicated ADD.
Almost. I mean, you're not unique in this house. Anyway, so it goes back to his wife and his friends. Just like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And his wife is just like, well, like, if he's Jewish, like, you know, you've already fallen before him, and if he's Jewish and you're falling before him, like, man, he's gonna get you. But then, you know, the king's eunuchs arrive, because it's like, hey, dude, Queen Esther's dinner is starting in like a few minutes, and you gotta go. And so it's like, oh shit, right. So goes to second feast the Esther is put on, and it, you know, it's even more lavish. I think his wife is just like, oh, excuse me, that's embarrassing. Wow. Cringe, bro. Cringe. But so they go to the feast, and Esther has laid out even more delicious food, fancier feast, fancier music, fancier everything. And you know, they eat, they drink, and at the end, the king again is like, hey, so Esther, like, I know you want something. Like, you first came saying that you needed something from me and you had something to ask me, that you would ask me at the feast. And last time you said that you wanted to ask me to another feast, and so now we're here. So what's up? Like, come on. What do you want? Like, up to half of the kingdom. If you ask for half of the kingdom to be yours, I will give it to you. Which is kind of a big deal, but like, man, okay, big gesture guy, and apparently he really likes this pretty girl that is forcibly married to him. Shot, please. So up to half the kingdom, he says, I will give you up to half of the kingdom if you ask it of me.
You know what I love about this story is how dramatic literally every man is. Like,
Mm-hmm.
they are just all of them.
Even Mordecai.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fanciest forks in the kingdom. No, Wing, like, I don't think that they used forks so much, but like, that was definitely the vibe. It's even fancier tableware, even fancier plates, even fancier tablecloths, even fancier, like, ways the food is displayed on the plate, you know, like, everything is fancier. fancier cushions for the reclining couches that they sit on, you know? Fancy. And so Esther is just like, so, Your Majesty, if it pleases you, please grant me my life and the lives of my people, because me and my people are all going to be destroyed. We've all been sentenced essentially to death, my people and me with them. And you know, I would have kept silent if it wasn't so final, but I like the person doing this, like, it's not really worth the king's trouble, except for the fact that we will all die, right? And my Ahasuerus is like, what? Who the fuck? Who is he? Where is he who dared to fucking threaten the queen's life and the lives of her kinspeople, you know? And she's like, well, the man who has ordered me and my people to be killed is Haman. And Haman is just like, oh shit. And the king stalks off like furious, like he's gotta, go pace or whatever. And Haman stayed behind and like pled with Esther to like not have him killed, because he saw that the king was mad enough to just fucking have him executed. But the king went out to the garden to like pace around and have a think about it. And Haman's just like, oh, please, don't let him kill me. Please don't let him kill me. It wasn't anything personal, because he doesn't know that Mordecai is her uncle. It wasn't anything personal. It was just, please don't.
Just this one Jew, let me kill him.
Let me, right? But then the king comes back. What? Oh, we have an ad break. Hang on. Sorry.
The king's still pacing.
Yeah, the king's still pacing. The king's just like, gotta, I want to murder somebody. Who do I murder? How do I murder them?
Have you heard about BetterHelp?
Have you heard about BetterHelp? Have you heard about HelloFresh? Have you heard about Era? Have you heard about NordVPN? Exactly. Brought to you by NordVPN. The murder of my enemies. Brought to you by NordVPN.
They'll never see it coming.
They will literally never see it coming. They'll think you're coming from China, but no, you're coming from Canada. Exactly.
NordVPN sponsor us.
NordVPN, you want to sponsor me. I would be doing little peace signs if I could. NordVPN, hi. Hello, NordVPN, please sponsor me. I will give you such good content as when you've decided to murder somebody for threatening your wife and going against you as the king. They won't see you coming because your location's been protected. Oh man. Becoming friends with the king will save your life, but NordVPN will let you watch Netflix in other countries, so that if you lose favor with the king, you can flee for your life and still keep up with your Oh my god. My face hurts. You can still watch your shows as you flee for your life from the King of Persia. Oh my god. I'm okay. Whoo, boy. Okay. We're serious now.
The king's very.
Yeah. Yes, the king is very angry. Okay. So the king's angry. The king comes back in. And is just like, so and Haman is like prostrate before Esther, She's just like on her like dining sofa, like, oh, I'm still here, and he's just like, I'm so sorry, please, and the king is like, is he attempting like, oh, I forgot about this, because he prostrated himself like on the same sofa that Esther is just kind of reclining on.
Oh, that's too close.
Yeah, and the king comes back and is like, hey, is he attempting to conquest? Is he attempting to conquest my queen? My queen. You fucked up. You fucked up. Motherfucker. That my wife. So, yeah. So, yeah, I love how there's not really any okay, so the meaning of the Hebrew in this portion was uncertain. It's translated in this one as when these words left the king's lips, Haman's face was covered. It also could mean something like basically Haman went white, like, oh shit, I'm in fucking trouble, right? And then one of the eunuchs that is on attendance to the king was like, hey, so there's a stake standing at Haman's house.
This happens to me.
It's like 50 cubits high. And Haman made that's Mordecai, the man whose words saved the king previously. And the king was like, impale him on it! So they impaled Haman on the stake outside his house that he'd put up for Mordecai. And the king's fury abated, quote unquote.
Grateful nation rejoice.
Yeah, the king was no longer super duper pissed because, like, you know, I mean, like, he was mad at a specific guy. Like, shockingly, like, this is one of those situations where, like, you would assume that a king is going to have a worse response to one individual pissing him off, but he just has Haman staked on the thing. Doesn't do anything to Haman's, like, family or friends.
Yeah.
Just Haman. Versus Haman's like, oh, this one guy didn't bow to me, I'm gonna fucking eradicate his entire people. Like, Jesus Christ. You know? Yeah, it's a horrible lawn decoration, but at the same time, fuck them. It's in front of his house, so, you know.
Traditional, man. Traditional as fuck.
It is very traditional. You know, ending all this, you know, like, all of Haman's property was given to the Jews as, like, hey, super sorry about all that.
Sorry for trying to eradicate you.
Sorry for trying to eradicate. Sorry that we planned that this guy wanted to eradicate you. Here's his stuff. You can do with it what you will, right? The thing is that, and like, they put Mordecai in charge of Haman's property. The king had taken his ring back from Haman and then gave it to Mordecai, like, hey, do with this as you will. But then, you know, Esther goes back to the king and she's weeping and she's like, okay, listen, but the plan that he put into place against my people, the Jews, is still like out, like, it's still gonna happen. And, like, you know, the thing is that, like, decrees of the king couldn't be, like, rescinded, right? Once the decree has been made, it's been made. So, like, they couldn't just say, actually, never mind, you're not going to kill all the Jews, you're not allowed to kill all the Jews, don't do that. So what they do instead is they send out a separate decree saying that the Jews are explicitly allowed to defend themselves. They're allowed to take up arms, they're allowed to hurt and kill anybody who comes after them, and defend themselves and keep themselves alive. Because that's the only way to do it. But they send that out because, you know, they can't revoke the first one, but they can put out a second one. And so that was put out as a law. And the Jews, like, and here's the thing, I'm sure that, like, in some places people did still attack the Jews. I'm also pretty sure that probably in a lot of places people were like, actually, no, they're legally allowed to like fight back and not get in trouble for it. Like, if I attack them and then they kill me, they legally will face no repercussions for this. Well, actually, never mind. I won't try to kill them then, because that sounds like a bad situation. So yeah, so yeah, on the day that happened, the Jews all armed themselves, and those who were, attacked defended themselves, and the Jews had mustered in their cities to attack those who sought their hurt. And according to the Megillah Esther, not a single person who sought their hurt could withstand them, for the fear of Jews had fallen on all the peoples. So like, yeah, they were like, actually, they managed to get this shit like essentially rescinded, not like technically rescinded, but essentially rescinded. That's more power than we know what to do with. So let's not actually. And then Mordecai was given a lot more responsibility and power, and in the fortress, like they killed at least 500 people in the capital alone did try to go after Jews, and the Jews killed them and killed a bunch of other people, and they killed all of Haman's sons. But on none of these people did they go after these people's like possessions. They didn't plunder or loot any of the spoils. And and the king was like, "Hey, Esther, so what do you want now? Like, your people are clearly very powerful. They've killed 500 in the fortress of our city alone, like, as well as Haman's sons. And what must then they have done in the provinces of the realm? What do you want now? I will grant you anything. What is your request? It shall be fulfilled." He didn't even put a limit on it this time. And Esther's just like, let the Jews be permitted to act tomorrow as they did today, and as they did today, if anybody else attacks them, and let Haman's 10 sons be impaled on the stake. And so the king did it, and they defended themselves again, but they didn't loot or take any of the spoils, and they did that to defend themselves through the period that had been assigned to allowing them to be killed. And then at the end of that, they rested, and they made it a day of feasting and merrymaking, which is what we're doing today. I mean, he wasn't upset his kids were gone. I mean, like, he's dead, bruh. He's super impaled. Like, super duper already impaled. He was the first to die. You got hey, you may not be drunk, but you got there. That's literally that's literally, again, the point of the drinking on Purim is you're technically supposed to get so drunk that you cannot tell the difference between Mordecai and Haman. And you clearly got there even without being drunk. Task failed successfully. Good job. I love it. That's the best possible outcome to happen to this chat, actually. Yeah. GG. Nailed it. Like, yeah, it's so late for you. It's after midnight and you weren't feeling well. Hey, by the way, thanks for staying. So to wrap up,
don't try to kill Jews, they'll kill you back.
Yeah, but like more and all of this like was like recorded down, and the Jews had relief from their foes, and the 14th and 15th days of the month every year, which is what we're celebrating now, were like a holiday and also an obligation to like, observe this and remember it. Because Haman, son of Hammedatha the Agagite, I think, foe of all Jews, had plotted to destroy the Jews, and had cast lots with the intent to crush and exterminate them. But Esther came before the king, and he commanded with the with this decree, let the evil plot he devised against the Jews recoil on his own head. So they impaled him and his sons on the stake. And for these days, for this reason, the days were named Purim, after Pur, which means the lots, or the gambling, the taking a chance, the throwing lots. It's called Pur, and that's why it's called Purim. Yeah, so we remember this every year, by every family, every province, and every city, and the days will never cease amongst us. And Esther, was queen for the rest of her life, as far as we know, and she was super brave because what she did was scary as fuck. She literally could have been killed for going to ask the king to come eat with her because he hadn't sent for her. And we love Esther. She is fantastic. She is a queen among queens. And I can't believe we actually got through this whole fucking story.
Yeah.
We got through it, guys. We got through the whole thing.
I'm so proud of us.
I'm so proud of us. We have not managed to do that before. This is like I think the third, maybe the fourth year that I've tried to do this. I don't know. But this is definitely the first time we've gotten all the way through the story. I think usually it falls apart right around the time that, like, Haman is building the gallows or whatnot.
Yeah.
But yes. So that is the story. Oh, okay, we got some. Oh, we're gonna stretch, everybody. Hands up above your head. Stretch them up to the ceiling. And then one arm across your chest. That feels so good. And the other arm across your chest. Yes. Roll your shoulders back. And roll them forward. Roll your head on your neck back and forth. Both directions, all the way around. And then if you can, bend over and touch your toes. There we go. We're nice and stretched out. And now that you've stretched, take a drink of something. Also, give me my shot. Goo, you missed the whole fucking story. The whole, and then also after you're done taking a sip of your drink and stretching, sit up straight. Goo, you missed the whole story, my dude. Do you want a speed run? I can give you the speedy summary. Okay. So, back in ancient Persia, there was way less cursing. I'm proud of myself. I think having something that I was actually attempting to, like, use as an outline helped. Also,
I know having your mom there didn't change anything.
No, it didn't. But specifically, I think I keep getting distracted by my cute anime boy face. But short version, there was a king. There was a Jew in Persia. He was king of Persia. There was a Jewish girl named Esther who won a mandatory beauty contest to become the king's wife and became his wife. He didn't know she was Jewish. There was an advisor, this motherfucker named Haman. Pop.
Yeah, sorry.
And it's okay. And he didn't like the Jews, and he was pissy because Esther's uncle wouldn't bow to him because everybody was supposed to bow to him, but Mordecai wouldn't because you only bow to God. And so he was like, hey, king, let's kill all the Jews. Fuck them. And the king was like, yeah, that's cool. Go ahead and do that. And Mordecai was like, this is bad. All the Jews were like that. It's fine. Which, like, valid.
That is what you do.
That is what you do when people are going to be killing you by royal decree. And he's like, Esther, try and fix it. And Esther's like, fine. Okay. Hey, king, I'm literally risking my life to come talk to you because I'm not supposed to come to you. You're supposed to come to me. But if you're not going to kill me, maybe, come to dinner and, hey, bring that guy Haman. And the king's like, sure. Sounds great. You pretty. Go dinner with my pretty girl wife person. Yeah. And Haman's just like, fuck yeah, the queen likes me. The king likes me. I'm the best dude in the entire empire. And then Esther's like, oh, here's a very fancy dinner. And what I wanted to ask you was, will you come to dinner again with me in a few days? And the king's like, well, fuck, sure. And she's like, cool, will Haman come too? And Haman's just like, yes, yes. And then Haman goes home and is like, I hate Mordecai. Hey, wife. Hey, friends. What should I do about Mordecai? And they're like, hey, build this giant pike in front of your house. Super normal. Build a giant spike and ask the king to have him impaled on it. It's super normal. But that same night, the king is like, I can't sleep. Somebody read me something boring. And they read him just like the general records of the kingdom. But at one point, they're like, hey, and at one point, this guy Mordecai reported that these two guys who were like really close to you were planning on killing you. And they probably would have succeeded if Mordecai hadn't reported them. And the king's like, whoa, Jesus Christ. He didn't say Jesus Christ. This is well before Jesus Christ. But and the king's like, whoa, shit, what was done to like honor him for literally saving my life? And the servants were like, nothing. Yeah, nothing. And the king's like, oh shit. Well, I mean, I don't really know what is the right thing to do. Hey, are there any of my like court members who are in the court right now? And they're like, well, Haman just walked in, and Haman had just walked in because like he wanted to be like, hey king, can I impale Mordecai? And he's like, oh, cool. Haman's here. Bring Haman in. And he's like, hey, Haman, what would you do? What should I do for someone that the king wants to honor? And Haman is like, oh, he definitely wants to honor me. Who else would he want to honor? Like, please. And so he's like, oh, well, one of your old robes on him and one of your old crowns on him, and have him ride one of your old horses, and then have like one of your nobles like lead the horse around the square and be like, oh, this is what's done to somebody that the king wants to honor. And the king's like, oh, cool, that's a good idea. Do that for Mordecai. And Haman's just like, what? No. Oh, fine. So he has to do that, and it pisses him off. And then he's bitching to his wife and to his friends, and they're just like, wow, damn, bitch. And then he gets called to the second dinner, and the second dinner goes great. It's even fancier than the first dinner, and Esther's just like, here, I'm being such a great hostess. And the king's like, okay, so Esther, what do you want? Like, you clearly want to ask me something. What do you want to ask me tonight? And Esther's like, well, cool. So there's a guy who wants to kill me and all of my people, and I don't want to die. So I'm asking you to not kill me and my people. And the king is just like, what? Who the fuck would do that? And she's like, yeah, it's Haman. Huh. And the king gets like super mad, so mad that he has to like stalk out of the room. And Haman is just like, no, please don't have me killed, please. Oh God, oh God. And he throws himself across her lap while she's on her like reclining couch. And then the king comes back and is like, you're trying to fucking sexually assault my wife? Are you fucking kidding me? And has him like spiked on the pike outside of his house. Satisfying. And then he's like, oh, and Esther's like, so like, yeah, there's a whole law and my people are still gonna fucking die. And he's like, well, an edict from the king can't be rescinded because that's how our weird ancient laws work, even though that sounds really dumb because what if the king changes his mind? But whatever.
The king is the will of the gods. He doesn't change his mind because his will is all the will of gods.
What if the gods change their fucking minds? Come on.
Well,
So I can't rescind it, but I can put out a second edict saying that all the Jews are allowed to defend themselves, and they're allowed to, in return, kill, murder, whatever, and not be like tried for it in their defense. And they can also loot the possessions of the people who they kill, as those people would have looted theirs. And the Jews kick ass, and they don't loot anything. And the king is just like, wow, that's great. And Esther's just like, wow. We're all alive. That's wonderful. The end. And now we have a holiday that is one of the many holidays of they tried to kill us. We survived. Let's eat. And in this case, drink heavily. The end. He's thinking it. Listen, we make cookies. We make little triangular shaped jelly cookies that are supposed to be in the shape of like the special hat that he wore, and we call them Hamantaschen. Little like Haman cookies.
Years later, this guy wears a stupid hat and we're never gonna
he wore a stupid ass hat, and now we make cookies about it once a year. So like, You can make every joke about him. We hate him. We hate him, but we have no respect for him. Yeah, I really wish we had some Hamantaschen right now, but unfortunately, like, there aren't any here. It sucks. Yeah.
One day I will have a kitchen I can bake in.
Yes, one day we will have a kitchen that has room for baking and such. And
I don't love the jam ones, but if you want the jam ones, I'll make them.
I would like certain kinds of jam ones. Yes. I would just like every kind of Hamantaschen though. It's been 5,000 years. Yeah, and people are still making fun of his terrible hat. Yeah. That's the thing.
Can we think about how dumb that, like, okay, the cookies are in the shape of the hat, but can we think about how dumb the hat must have looked?
Oh my god, for them to make cookies about it had to have been so stupid. Yeah, it was a very stupid hat. But anyway, that is the story. That is the story of Esther. That's the Megillah Esther, essentially. I didn't read you the actual thing, obviously. But that's the general gist of the story. It's one of my favorites. Before I was solidly like on the more mask side of non-binary, I was thinking that when I converted, when I finished conversion, one of my names might be Hadassah. It's still not off the table, but I actually...
Okay, so, and because you finished it, I want to make a list of costumes I would be willing to make, and your polls can vote on.
Yes, we will have polls, in not immediately, but we will have polls on what costume to make for Doggo for next year's Purim. I wish I still had the script from the Purim spiel that we did my first year with a Frozen one, because
you were Vashti, right?
I was Vashti, and then I was Mama Troll. So basically, I was the lead singer on Fixer Upper, and I got to sing Let It Go, which was probably for the best, because I think I was probably the only person at that synagogue who could sing Let It Go and make it sound good. I couldn't do it now because I'm no longer a soprano.
You can't
but
those notes.
Listen. You don't need. Listen.
Look, it could be adjusted for you, but
I know, but you don't have to. You don't have to point it out like that. Like, come on. Come on.
You just have a deeper voice, man.
I know. I have a voice and presence very suited to VTube because it took zero time to adjust. Hey, well, I mean, like, that's kind of nice. That's kind of nice to know.
Guys, it's so funny to watch Mags bobbing their head.
Listen.
To make the anime guy do things.
I mean, I know. If you actually, like, took video of me doing this, I would look ridiculous, but I take comfort in the fact that every single VTuber has to do this.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm not mocking.
And it's also, it's very, very fun. It feels emotive, and all I'm doing is moving my head around. And it's like, oh, I can, it would look really stupid just in person, but I can make this little guy on the screen, like, emote for me. It's very fun. It's very like fursuiting, or like what I assume fursuiting would probably be like. It's, yeah, they move and they speak, and it's just like, ooh, like, hey, hi there, how you doing? Yeah, it's very fun though. This is just a free guy that I found on a website. He's not like specific for me or anything, obviously, because he looks nothing like anything you would expect from me. If I had one that was made for me, like this level of detail, like even anime style, I actually kind of like. If I could get an artist who could draw this, but like Tal, right? And then also I would very definitely have to hire somebody else to do the rigging, because I don't know how to do that. I don't trust myself to do that. No. But yeah. It's free real estate guy. Yeah, like listen. I spend so much time just messing with it when I tweet my, like, literally last night I literally was just like, boop boop boo, I'm just testing this. I'm just gonna sit here for like an hour just kind of with my camera on, just going la la la. This is very fun. Very ooh, yes. Like Griff would be amazing for VTubing. Like have the wings be a little like cuz like so like there are little like expressions, right? Cuz like I can change, I can put his jacket on, right? Um I can wave. But also I can I think this one is like the little sparkles around his head. Maybe. I don't think it's working for some reason. Hmm. I wish it would work, but whatever. But like then we've got like the starry eye look, like oh wow, right, and we've got the oh god, and then technically speaking, we have tears. Oh, I'm so sad. I'm not actually sad, obviously, but like you could do stuff like that. So like if you had Griff as a VTuber, like you would probably have a little bit of like just like natural rigged movement for like as your body moves or whatever, or like an idle movement. But then like you could also have like certain expressions would have your wings like move into different positions, like mantling or something. Like that would be really cool. Yeah. Do I have a shot? Pour me a shot. Because I have not forgotten the difference between Mordecai and Haman yet, so I have to get a little bit more drunk tonight. Yay. Oh, yes, go to bed, Oren. I want you to feel better. Go, go, go. Sleep well. Thank you for being here to hear the story of Esther that I'm actually very impressed that we got all the way through. Yeah, like I would have to commission like everything. Like I would not even have like the skill to rig a drawing, even if it was like specifically drawn with like the right layers and everything to be used as a VTuber, which like you'd have to be. But yeah, sleep well, Oren. Sleep well. So yeah, um, so given that the story is over, that is pretty much the point of the stream. Oh, and then an ad break. Great. One day. One day. Oh, Goo, you're not subscribed, so you're on an ad break, aren't you? Yep. Just gonna sit here. Are you not? Oh, well, if you're hearing me, then you probably are. For some reason, I thought you weren't. I don't know. What what do you use for like your little VTuber guy? Because like, given you were like changing his hair color on the fly the other night, I feel like you're doing like a thank you for the subscription. Also, I love how I opened up Epidemic Sounds with the intention of like starting up a playlist so that there was background music, and then I forgot. Good for me. Um, it's okay. It's okay. But like it feels like I don't know. I wanted to know what you were using for your little VTuber guy, because like I don't know, it seemed like that there was like you could there was like a character creator thing sort of almost. And I wanted to know what that was, because at the very least Bertie was interested. So if you could DM me that shit, it would be great. Ma, thank you so much for being here. I'm sorry for not giving you a heads up beforehand. I will let you know next year when we're planning. I will let you know a week ahead of time if I'm planning on doing holiday streams in the future. Ideally, hopefully soon, I will also get on a schedule, so you'll be able to see like a schedule of when I'm planning on streaming things. So keep an eye out for that. But I love you. You did! Yay! Woo! Yeah. But yeah, Goo, just let me know what you're using. Yes. So, Ma, thank you. So the stream, the point of the stream is basically over. Do I should I should I just end the stream, or should we do something else? Like
End it.
and oh, I'm being told to end it apparently.
I just want to chill with my wife. I'm sorry.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Okay. La, la, la. Give me one more shot and then we will go. Um I love my wife. I love my wife so much. Hang on, I'm gonna do a thing really quick. Mm. Do, do, do. Oh. That's way too fast. Hang on. Do, 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 do. Yes. Yes, here we go. Yay. I'll link you to its VTuber kit. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So anyway, I do love my wife, and my wife wants to spend time with me, so we're gonna go do that. Thank you guys for coming to. I mean, this isn't really a perm spiel, but it's the closest we're gonna get this year. Thank you for coming to my perm spiel. Hug smack, and have a good weekend, guys. I'll see you later. Goodbye.